Can Torah be changed by the Tanakh? What defines the Torah, therefore what defines the law, has been treated a number of different ways. On one extreme, supposed Jewish law might comprise a large number of sources, including the Torah and later traditions. On the other hand, some beliefs might view around 8 out of the 10 commandments as being the law, or just the parts of the Torah that fit with other beliefs, or maybe none of it at all in terms of being a relevant law for today. It can be easy to look at these two approaches and recognize Deuteronomy 4:2 and Deuteronomy 12:32. These verses give us commands that tell us to not add to the law and to not take away from the law. There are not to be any new commands added and no existing commands taken away at that point. So we can recognize 3 approaches: adding a large number of traditions that function as commands, or taking away large numbers of commands from the law, or not adding to and not taking away from. These 3 approaches, though, are not the only ways to look at the law. We might want to consider later works like parts of the Tanakh that are not the Torah, or other works such as the New Testament. How do these things fit with this aforementioned spectrum? Let's look at how the Torah is defined by the standard of the text. The Torah is presented as the commands received by Moses. The Torah was written down by Moses and completed according to the end of the book of Deuteronomy. And when we see reference to wrongdoing in Numbers 15:22 through 23, it is defined as violation of the commands received through the hand of Moses. So if the Torah is that which was given through Moses, then we have to consider the place of these later works. Automatically, they would not be a part of this Torah. We might consider Deuteronomy 18 and how it does say that prophets will be raised up and will be given words to speak to the people that the people must listen to. But we also have this issue of not adding to the commands and not taking away from them. If someone tells us to add a command to the Torah and we add it, then wouldn't we be violating Deuteronomy 4:2 and 12:32? The Torah does not say to only add to it or take away from it in certain circumstances. It just says to not add to the commands and to not take away from them. So if we get into these latter parts of the Tanakh and see these new ideas presented, maybe even new commandments at times, depending upon where we look, or maybe if we get into parts of the New Testament where similar things go on, does that suddenly mean we can violate Deuteronomy 4:2 and 12:32? Either these commands have a purpose or they do not. Thanks for watching, and remember the commands. Shalom.